Okay, here's the things that we're going to do in my fall gardening. Hello garden friends. Right now in the wintertime, birds need water and can't use the garden hose, it freezes. So I just use this juice container, and that's all there is to it. I do that every day or as often as it needs. If the bird bath is frozen over, then I just dump it on top of the ice, and I use hot water in there to let it melt the ice if there is ice in there. And one of the other things that oh, by the way, look at these moonflowers. I've done a couple videos on these moonflowers, and right now the blooms are closed up, but you need to watch that video. I'll put a link to that video. This is just covered with these great big huge blooms as big as your hand, and they smell so good. I just started them from seed down in there. I think it would be better next year if I started them from seed earlier. Oh, and this is a nasturtium. I planted it with moonflowers because they're both vines. This one doesn't twist, but kind of goes around the vines. It didn't grow as much, but here's one up here. But it's often planted with moonflowers. Moonflowers are a relative of morning glories. The next thing that I need to do, I've been busy, so I haven't been getting a lot of this stuff done, but these here are lilies that are definitely done blooming. So when you get things that are all brown like that, just cut them down. And I don't pick up the plant debris like this because I think it's good for the ground, the soil. And so if you have any, like here's another one, and here's some coneflowers. They're done blooming, so the parts that are done blooming, I just cut them off and let them go into the soil to fertilize it. Organic matter is good for your soil. And this one here has got a lot of them that are done blooming. So this is October 11th, so we don't have too many more growing days. Around here the frost can be anytime after October 15th. So, and also over here, my hostas, I haven't been able to trim those back. So, just cut off the blooms. And I go ahead and do that with all of them. In the wintertime, the birds especially need to be fed. We feed ours in the summer, but they especially need to be fed in the winter. So we just got this bag of seed at Walmart. And just pull off the top like that, and one side, grab the other one, and just pour it in there. And don't worry about spilling it on the ground. Some birds just eat off of the ground, and squirrels love it too. So we just fill up both of these feeders, and here is some suet. Well, here's how you open it right here. And every feeder is different. That's just how that one works. Oh, and this here is one of the kinds of suet that you could buy. So we just get that at Walmart. It's over there with the bird seed. And this is just one cake. Just open the, it's got plastic on there. And I just keep filling it up till they're all done. And I think it takes about 4 to fill this up, but when you get 4 in there, just close the lid and hang it back up there. It doesn't have to have 4. I usually fill it up with 4. And there's another bird feeder out back that we can fill up too. This is a Virginia red cedar here that the birds dropped seed while sitting on this honeysuckle bush. And the honeysuckle bush was a big nuisance because seedlings kept growing up all around it of the honeysuckle. But this seed was dropped by the birds, not the bush. And Virginia red cedar is one of the trees that birds love the most. So I'm going to let it grow and then eventually cut down this honeysuckle bush. But birds come and sit on the bush and they make sure it's okay. Then they go down to the bird feeder and you can just see them doing that all day long in the wintertime. Sometimes they might go up the maple tree or that crabapple over there, but most of the time they land right there before they go to the bird feeder. So watch and make sure it's okay. Here's the wildflowers I planted this spring. If you saw that video, and how so the ones that come back next spring, I'm going to dig those up and put them out front, and then put a bunch more seeds here. These are just seeds of wildflowers. There's like 4 packages. Here's some more seeds I planted. There's marigolds, and this is mixed package. Here's some more nasturtiums. And there's all kinds of, this is California poppies right here. So there's all kinds in here. This is a sweet alyssum. These are forestocks, and they have really pretty flowers. I think they're about done for the year though. The flower is about that big, and this one here is red, but they come in multiple colors. And the thing about these is they were all self-seeded. Oh, here's some seeds right in there, the black things. So these have been blooming all here. So if I wanted to, I could actually collect these seeds and scatter them around out front. Now right out here, look at all the birds scattering. Birds love to hide in here, and they'll go back and forth between the feeder and the brush pile, because inside of the brush pile they feel safe. So especially when there's snow on the ground, they'll sit on it, and if somebody comes, they might disappear into it. And they just love this brush pile. And so I got a bird feeder right here near the brush pile. I also did a video on the brush pile. So here's this feeder here. It's the same way here. And you can see here, it's got the suet in there, and the birds have been pecking on it quite a bit. And then when it's all gone, I'll just put some more in there. So I just fill this up too the same way. And this feeder here, if you stand here and look at it, it's slanting quite a bit. So what you can do to fix that if your bird feeder pole seems to slant. Push it over to where you think is straight. Stand back and see if you think it's straight. Tell me, does that look straight? It's easier when you don't have any.
Yes.
Okay, so this is just a piece of scrap lumber. Put it in the hole that was created when you pushed it over to where you thought it should be, and then just pound that in there. And then that'll keep it straight. And if later on, when it gets muddy down there or something, it starts leaning the other way, you can do the opposite. And that's just a good way to keep the pole straight from leaning over, especially if the soil at the bottom, it's been raining or not, or whatever, that the pole can start leaning in the soft soil. So that's how I fix that. And sometimes by the time that winter's over, I might have one on all the sides. And eventually that wood just rots away, and you can put more if you want. If you don't have your lumber, you can use sticks or anything to fill in the hole where you pushed it over to where you thought that was straight. And these dishes here, they're kitty dishes. Julie feeds several stray cats in the neighborhood. There must be 3 that come around here every day, and some of them have been coming around for years. So I think that's about all the things I'm going to do in my fall garden right now anyway. So I hope that you liked this video, and if you did, please subscribe. I'd really appreciate it. And thanks a lot, and goodbye. Well, thank you so much for watching, and I hope I was able to make a good video for you that helped you out, and one that was entertaining to watch. And if I was able to do those things, could you please subscribe? I would really appreciate if you'd subscribe to this channel